Okay, Coach, historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
I know you ain't got it. Look again. 55, 50. Look again.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Rodgers going to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. The 3rd year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check the backer. Watch the safety creep.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Check.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. From the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On the ground, Richard. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
694.
942, 942.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Hey, let's get there. Start Mike 42, Mike 42. All you get is
On first down, Carr. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking, he's got it at the 15. A big pickup of 38. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come out here in the I.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time.
Over.
Let's get off the field.
They'll try to run it in with Jones. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll run it with Williams. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
One 58.
I'm coming after you.
159.
55.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. The quick slant caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Carr again. He's got a man. It's Williams. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 9. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Flag. Check 52. He's coming. Double the 50.
Here's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie first-rounder Jonathan Abram there to knock it away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
And that's caught inside the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. To throw his Carr. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. Kevin King there defensively.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Throwing again. Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. And he's got it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Leads to second and goal at the Packers' 1-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Check 43. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. White Monday. Protein spill.
The final shot here before half for Carr. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, as time expires in the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. But now it gives them a chance to regroup, feel a little bit better about themselves. And how many games have we done where we've seen everything flip when another half begins? And by the way, did you say hyperbolic?
I did. Thank you. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Hunter Renfrow, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get them one closer. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 5 now. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really started to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. The 30, 20, 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Mike. Chant 300. Chant 300. Here we go. Mike 55. Hey, wahoo.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And Adams has it, complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Six guys. Check 6 guys. Rush in.
Hey, check 26.
Operating from the gun. Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. These two franchises, very rich histories. This game, of course, part of the NFL 100 series. But the meeting that really sticks out from way back when is 1968 Super Bowl II, which at the time was known as the AFL-NFL World Championship game. But Bart Starr was the MVP of that game. He went against Darryl LaMonica, the Mad Bomber, the quarterback for the Raiders. Packers would get the victory just like they did the year before in the first ever Super Bowl over the Chiefs. And Bart Starr was also the MVP of that game as well.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
158. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want. Hey, 1-7. Check, Mike. Hey, 88. Switch up. Back.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing now is Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, yeah, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
We're good. 185. Later 2. Check. Go Chief. Easy. Kill. Go. 42.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to look deep down the field. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
No.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A gain there of 30 big ones. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Rashawn Gary in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Mike.
319.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Flip it in.
And they will take a knee here.
Rodgers on the field. It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
Rodgers on the keeper.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all